Hi, my name is Heather Pence, and now that you've heard from Rakia about the different types of text and the approaches to use that should be incorporated in social studies, I'm going to support that and explain why informational texts are so important and influential in student learning. I want to begin with the quote, "Well, sometimes I just crave information." This is significant because students love fascinating facts. They are motivated to learn more. Studies show it is the preferred text by students. In social studies, we need to increase time spent with informational text. On average, less than 4 minutes per day is spent with this type of text. Increase comprehension and knowledge. Students need full access to all literacy. As stated in the article, "Sometimes I just crave information," there is clear evidence that supports teaching with and about informational text. It promotes elementary students' general literacy knowledge as well as subject matter knowledge in the content areas. Earlier, Rakia gave specific examples of text, such as trade books or newspapers, to use in the social studies classroom. I'm going to explain ways to teach into informational text. There are 5 elements of informational text: author's purpose, major ideas, supporting details, aids, and vocabulary. For students to be able to comprehend and make sense of this type of text, instruction needs to be explicit and direct. An activity to help identify and understand the elements within the text utilizes sentence strips. The teacher, or encouraging more independence, the students can write sentences, or with the element sort, write one word directly from the text and match them to the aligning elements. Through these activities, discussions can emerge as students' opinions vary, and it requires them to support their thinking. Now I will discuss the structures of informational text. These include enumeration, which is a list, time order, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and question and answer. A structure is based on how the major ideas and details are organized, displayed, and argued by the writer. The structure of an informational text can oftentimes be identified by signal words within the text. For example, in cause and effect, you may see the signal words because or as a result of. Teachers can support student learning in social studies by utilizing a text map. More commonly known and used is the Venn diagram. The teacher can provide a map identifying the major ideas from the text, and students must go back into it and find supporting details. This type of work provides a model for students to engage in the understanding of the structure of the text. Explicit instruction about structure improves the comprehension of informational texts. As stated in Content Matters, students who are engaged in historical inquiry and reasoning using standards of evidence are engaged in disciplinary literacy in history. There is a major difference in working like a historian and the work of teachers and students in the history classroom. Alexis will further discuss thinking like a historian in the next set of slides. There are 5 disciplinary literacy principles to apply to the study of history. Principle 1. Knowledge and thinking must go hand in hand. Historical thinking habits are taught as students are to inquire, analyze, interpret, and persuade as they engage in the content. Principle 2. Learning is apprenticeship. Students work with their teacher as an apprentice to become knowledgeable and skillful in studying history. This works best when teachers collaborate with each other to build strong learning activities. Principle 3. Teachers as mentors of apprentices. Instruction is critical. It must provide quality models, practice, and coaching. Teachers need to use various instructional approaches, as well as engage students in a variety of texts. Instruction needs to be a qualitative pace with proper support and extension of thinking. Principle 4. Classroom culture socializes intelligence. A classroom community is essential for disciplinary literacy. This allows for students to feel comfortable, which in turn opens the door for endless opportunities of positive learning and inquiry. And Principle 5. Instruction and assessment drive each other. Teachers use multiple forms of assessment to guide their instruction, and teachers assess based on student understanding of the historical content through a variety of strategies. An important piece to this principle is that students reflect on their own learning. Through disciplinary literacy, students are able to think, talk, and write like a historian.